Everyone knows that chickens are the gateway animal into backyard homesteading, and with the price of eggs rising, who can blame them? They're only becoming more and more popular. But what there isn't much discussion about is how much poo these guys really generate. If they're sleeping on their roosting bars, you can guarantee there'll be poo underneath them come the morning. If they're sitting on your lap, you better have brought a towel or your clothes will be covered in excrement. So as chicken keepers, it's very, very important we remember to clean them out regularly. That means feeders, drinkers and their coop. And that's the plan for today's video. The best way to tell if it's time to clean the coop is simply to use your nose. If you're standing 1 or 2 meters away and you get a whiff of something nasty, then it's probably time to clean the coop. I begin by removing the tarpaulin and netting, which I have up due to bird flu rules in my area. I'm using Nestera chicken coop to house my flock, which has a removable back cover for easy access. I have to remove the top lug nuts holding the roof in place as they secure the netting. You'll need to remove the lug nuts holding the back wall in place, and then to remove the back wall, simply raise the handles to release the locking mechanism and lift the wall away. What you find inside isn't pretty. The roosting bars have older muck on them, but the bedding here is only 1 day old. And here it is at 2 days old, 3 days, and 4 days. I would rather it never got to this point. If I'm unable to pick bits out as I go along, I'd never want to leave them more than 3 days without providing them with fresh bedding. The first step to clean up the coop is to remove the bedding. I purchased dropping trays which make this really easy and means I can wash them instead of the coop floor. I just tip everything into a container, scrape out anything more solid, and I'll throw all of this away later. If you want, you can scoop up poo and make the bedding last longer, but I'm in a rush, I'm doing this on my lunch break. I then use one of the trays to collect loose bedding that fell around the edge of the coop. It's quite a bit, but it's usually poo free. And the floor is always poo free. The roosting bars are also secured using lug nuts. Simply remove the lug nuts and slide out the bars. You'll have to do it on the inside too. And now it's time to do the hard work. It was below freezing when I did this, but you need to scrape away anything solid on the trays. Because it's so cold, it's super important that you dry the trays before putting them back in the coop. And because it was cold and late in the day, I didn't wash the roosting bars because they're made of unsealed wood. This time I just turned them upside down. Now I go and put everything back in and secure the roosting bars with the lug nuts. Good as new. And then I add the fresh bedding. I'm using an organic hemp bedding which is good for chicks and chickens. I find 1 10-litre bucket is enough to cover the largest Nestera coop. I'll put a link in the description below. Job done. Now it's time to seal up the coop. It only takes me 30 seconds to do this. Now you should also be cleaning out your nest boxes regularly. My birds are far too young to be laying eggs, so I don't have to do that today. But when the time comes, I'll remove the barriers, let them in there, give them clean bedding, and make sure it's clean throughout the season. Now the last task is to let them back in their coop. Oh, and you should probably dispose of the waste. I'm trying to compost it. I've not quite figured that out yet. And that's how I clean out my chicken coop. If you like this video, do give us a thumbs up and the subscribe. And if you've got any comments or you've got any recommended ways of cleaning out your coop, do leave us a comment in the comment section below. Until the next video.